we're going to talk about some happier news. Deals that were dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
So since I'm on the fundraising side, I'm sure I've got some in the back of my head from when I wasn't on the funding side. But since you guys are in the lending trenches,
What?
who wants to go first with a?
So what
deal
exactly
that was a
do you
dog?
mean by a dog?
Well, it could have started off to be a dog and finished up nice, or it could have just been a dog to begin with.
Well, I think they all start off good and turn into dogs, and sometimes they come out of it, and sometimes they don't. Right?
I can tell you most of the time it's either market conditions turn it a dog, because if you're getting money for it and you're going through a legitimate, dogs aren't going to get through.
I really believe that
Market conditions
the
later
biggest thing that causes the dog, as you put it, is underestimating your rehab budget and surprises that you don't see going in. That happens pretty commonly, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, surprises every time for sure. It is like if I had to pick out a dog, it's like cute little dogs that you're like, oh my gosh, this project was like, oh, I see it. Yeah, that's pretty. And then it grew up and it turned it into this ugly little mutt.
Yeah, chewing your underwear.
But it turned out, I guess if we could keep the metaphor going, it's like it's the best trained dog ever, and then everyone wanted that dog. So it had its highs and its lows.
Yeah,
but you remember
Let me interrupt you real quick. If you're using
I know.
If you're using hard money lender to do your deals, they are going to make sure that your budgets are in line.
Yeah, we do our best to do that.
So if you do these on your own, it may happen, but if you're using a lender, they're going to make sure that your budget is proper to begin with.
Yeah.
The only thing they can't control is unforeseen
That's
stuff.
right.
No one has X-ray vision. Go ahead.
That seemed totally worth interrupting me for. So
couldn't have been done.
No,
couldn't have been.
I would have forgotten. That's why I had to do it now.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
So in NODA, well, I guess it's was it? I guess it's Shamrock Plaza is really where it was.
Oh, yeah.
Where we did 44 duplexes that were also condos,
Individually owned.
owned, and it was across 3 different streets. These 44.
Great location.
There were drugs in there.
Mhm.
I mean, just you don't want it. You did not. I would not walk on that in 2018.
That's exactly right.
When I wouldn't walk on that road at night.
That's exactly right.
And so they converted all of these into 2 bedrooms, 1.5, 2 baths, completely redid them. I think they bought them somewhere between 90 and 125 a door.
Mm-hmm.
And they have one. They've all been refied since then. Selling one that's under contract, closes next month for like $275 for 1 door.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And the most beautiful part about this is it started. The accounting team hated it.
Yeah,
because
our accounting
team, because it was 44 condos, so it was 44 different loans inside of one loan.
Yeah,
so that was not fun.
And some of them were owned by different fractions of the original people.
Yep. And so they had to go in. I mean, complete revamp of this whole neighborhood. New roofs, completely redo the whole layout. There wasn't room underneath the floors in the crawl space for water heaters, so they had to go tankless on everything. I mean, you're just like we blew through the budget twice.
That's right.
We blew through the budget twice. But the thing was, we could see the borrower's vision,
right?
Even though at that time it was like, this
blurry.
Is a dog.
Yeah, it was blurry.
It's like I could see, and you like, okay, we know where it's going. And I mean, yeah, and now they bought them for $95 to $125 a door, and they were selling between $250 and $275.
Yeah.
So, and the beautiful part about that was the borrower had several people who stayed in that location once they got all the drug dealers out, and they came up and just said, thank you so much
for fixing
turning our neighborhood around. Like, I can't, like, my house is now worth double what it was before,
Yeah.
and I don't have the problems around
Yeah.
here. So like the community aspect of it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really like too about those borrowers. We do a lot of loans for them, and they're so open-minded. They took me with them while they were framing,
Mm-hmm.
and we walked in every single unit, and they listened to what I said about, yeah, because they were going with real small closets. I had them in the closet. We had them close up openings that didn't need to be there, and
Yep.
change the things in the kitchen around just to give it more room. And they took my advice that they did.
Could be why they got those
And-
275 values.
Well, there's a difference, and I'm going to say it out loud, between the way a man looks at a place and the way a woman looks at a place.
Sorry, those are pronouns. You're not
Yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to use.
So I'm going to identify as a total female at this point. And it's important to put that into perspective, because we all in real estate, it's the wife or the female in the relationship that's really gonna.
Kitchens, bathrooms, and closets.
That's right.
That's what it
That's
is.
right. So they were really good about listening to that, and I think they even volunteered to paint everybody's door on
So
all 3 streets, so it would have a nice uniform
not
look.
just the door, but paint their brick. So they
Oh,
were all
that's
brick.
right.
So anyone, even a house they didn't, or a
Even
duplex
ones
they didn't own,
Yeah.
they paint everyone's houses who wanted it.
Yeah,
Nice.
to upgrade it, and it's a great community.
Oh, and now I mean, like, it's like I drove through there not too long ago. I'm just like looking around, like, wow,
It's
this-
amazing. It's amazing.
This place has turned around.
But it was rough going through it.
So
It was rough.
we blew through the budget twice. I think it took almost 12 months longer than we thought it would
Mhm.
to get it all done, but it worked out.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
and that's the beautiful thing of work private lenders like ourselves.
Mhm.
We have the ability to see that vision and the
Mhm.
flexibility to move with you, whereas if you're with perhaps more institutional funds, that vision and
Traditional
flexibility.
funding, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
So
it's
did they
rough.
keep any of them for rentals, or did they sell them all?
They kept a few for rentals. Yeah.
Okay.
That would make it great in the Bay Area too.
Oh yeah.
And the association isn't going to stop it.
That's not true. It's not true. You're not allowed to, yeah, per the HOA rules, you cannot Airbnb
Oh,
there.
I didn't think that they're on the board of every single one of them.
That's
They
true.
could change that.
I don't know if they have,
They
but
make suggestions.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's for
know.
sure.
Change them.
last I heard it was not allowed.
That's a shame,
Yeah.
because that would be a
And
perfect
there's
location.
there's a brewery not very far from there. I think it's
Mhm.
less than a mile. Yeah, it's cool
Yeah.
little spot. But that was a dog. The accounting team, cussed me out probably every week. But yeah.
They did it respectfully though.
Oh yeah. Mostly behind my back. I heard it. I heard it.
No, that was us. No, that was really a good deal. They're a great client. We love having them.